The beginning of the year brings goals and promises of change. But for those with ADHD, this phase can be difficult. Procrastination, lack of focus, and disorganization makes small goals big challenges. In this video, you will learn simple strategies to turn these obstacles into achievements for the new year. Let's go. 1. Overwhelming goals. People with ADHD often start the year with contagious energy and an endless list of goals. It's that initial impulse. Lose weight, read 20 books, start a new project, or completely change your routine. The problem arises when this excitement turns into an unsustainable weight. The goals, because they are broad and ambitious, seem so grand that they soon generate a feeling of paralysis, as if we didn't even know where to start. When progress doesn't appear quickly, discouragement and self-criticism enter the picture, making it easier to procrastinate or even give up completely. This creates a cycle of frustration. You start out motivated, but end up believing you failed again. The solution? Simplify. Instead of focusing on the end goal, divide your goals into small, possible, and realistic actions. Want to go to the gym? Instead of a complex hour-long workout, start with 10 minutes of exercise at home. Do you want to read more? Focus on 5 pages a day. Each small achievement accumulated is a real step towards your goal. Celebrate these victories, even the smallest ones, as a sign of progress. Thus, what once seemed impossible becomes a series of small tasks that you can complete, increasing your motivation and confidence over time. The key is to stay focused on today and not the end result. After all, consistency trumps intensity. 2. Difficulty staying focused. Maintaining attention on long or repetitive tasks is a common challenge for those with ADHD. Distractions are everywhere. Notifications on your cell phone, thoughts that appear out of nowhere, or even the simple boredom of an activity that is not very stimulating. The problem is that when you lose focus, you end up jumping from one task to another without completing anything, accumulating pending issues, and creating the feeling that you are always late. This can affect work, studies, and even small personal goals, causing constant guilt and frustration. To deal with this, it is necessary to make time more tangible and controlled. The Pomodoro technique is an excellent ally. Work in short blocks of 25 minutes, with 5-minute breaks in between. These short breaks make tasks less tiring and prevent your mind from wandering easily. Furthermore, the expectation of a break soon helps to maintain focus during the work period. If 25 minutes seems like too much, start with blocks of 10 to 15 minutes and gradually increase. Use specific alarms or apps for this technique and take advantage of breaks to stretch, drink water, or do something brief that you enjoy. Breaking time into manageable chunks makes even the most boring tasks more bearable and helps you regain a sense of progress. Try this approach and see how small changes in focus management can transform your day-to-day productivity. 3. Procrastination cycles. Procrastination is one of the biggest challenges for those with ADHD, especially at the beginning of the year when the to-do list seems endless. The feeling of needing to do everything creates a mental block. The longer you put it off, the more the task grows in your mind, making the simple act of starting daunting. This cycle of leaving everything for later leads to a constant accumulation of responsibilities, which not only increases stress and anxiety, but also directly affects your self-esteem. You end up feeling incapable, as if you were never up to your goals. The solution to breaking this cycle is simple but powerful. Adopt the 2-minute rule. If a task can be done in less than 2 minutes, like answering an email, organizing a drawer, or writing down an appointment, do it now without thinking twice. Starting small is the key to unlocking your mind and getting moving. Plus, by completing these small actions, you generate an immediate sense of progress, which reduces mental burden and builds momentum to tackle bigger tasks. The most important thing is to take the first step, no matter how small, as inertia is overcome with action. Remember, a list of small daily victories is much more powerful than waiting for the opportunity for a big accomplishment. 4. Time blindness, poor time management. For those with ADHD, the perception of time is often distorted, which makes managing time a real challenge. Sometimes, you completely underestimate the time needed to complete a task, thinking that there will be enough time, and end up late or racing against the clock. In other situations, pleasurable or stimulating activities drain your attention, making you lose track of the time without realizing it. This creates constant delays, missed commitments, and a constant feeling of disorganization. Furthermore, the stress generated by a lack of time control can harm your productivity and your relationships, especially when others interpret it as irresponsibility or neglect. To address this, simple tools can be transformative. Use alarms or timers to mark the beginning and end of each activity. Timing actual execution time helps you understand how long tasks actually take, better adjusting your schedule. Visual apps and timers, like countdown clocks, allow time to become concrete and easier to track. Furthermore, weekly planners and visible checklists help to create a structured routine with clear deadlines for each task. Combine this with automatic reminders on your cell phone or digital calendars for important appointments. Creating a more realistic view of time can transform your organizational skills, bringing calm and confidence to your daily routine. 5. Impulse spending. The enthusiasm of the new year awakens a desire for renewal, and with that comes impulsive purchases. New equipment for the gym, stationary items to finally get organized, or even small rewards for good intentions. Although the idea is positive, these impulses often occur without planning, fueled by the emotion of the moment and the desire for quick change. The problem arises when these purchases accumulate and start to harm your budget, resulting in debt or regret for having purchased things that soon lose their value or are not even used. The feeling of losing control over money can generate frustration and guilt, affecting not only your finances, but also your motivation to follow your goals. To avoid this, a simple but effective strategy is to question your decisions. Do I really need this right now? Often, taking this break helps break the initial impulse. Another powerful technique is the 24-hour rule. Whenever you feel like buying something unplanned, wait a day before deciding. This time creates space to evaluate whether the purchase is really necessary or just a momentary decision. Additionally, create clear limits on extra spending and keep a list of priorities. Remember, investing in your goals does not mean spending mindlessly, but rather using your resources intentionally. Controlling impulses brings more financial security and the satisfaction of knowing that you are in charge of your choices. 6. Emotional overwhelm. For those with ADHD, the beginning of a new year can become a significant emotional trigger. High expectations and the desire to get everything right at once generate a whirlwind of emotions that are difficult to control. The fear of failure, combined with internal and external demands, creates a feeling of overload that can lead to burnout. You find yourself trying to handle everything at once, but you end up paralyzed, irritated, or even discouraged. This constant cycle of frustration affects your productivity, your relationships, and most importantly, your mental health. It's as if the mind is always racing, but without a clear path to follow. To alleviate this overload, small daily breaks are essential. Take just 10 minutes to practice mindfulness or deep breathing. Close your eyes, inhale slowly through your nose, and exhale through your mouth, focusing only on the sensation of your breath. This simple exercise helps reduce anxiety, brings clarity to thoughts, and allows you to reorganize what really matters. Also consider writing down what you're feeling in a journal. Putting your emotions down on paper brings immediate relief and can help you identify patterns that cause you to feel overwhelmed. Remember, it's okay to do less, as long as it's something meaningful. Prioritizing your emotional health is the first step to dealing with the demands of the new year in a lighter and more balanced way. 7. Lack of self-celebration. With ADHD, it is very common to focus on what still needs to be done and ignore what has already been achieved, no matter how small. The mind tends to dwell on mistakes, unfulfilled goals, or unfinished tasks, creating a feeling that nothing has been done. This mentality fuels self-criticism, reduces motivation, and causes progress to go unnoticed. The result? You end up feeling incapable and discouraged. Even when you are moving forward, recognizing small daily victories is essential to changing this perspective and rebuilding confidence in your own efforts. A simple and powerful strategy is, at the end of each day, to write down 3 small achievements. They can be things as simple as I organize my desk, I finish an important email, or I start a task I had been putting off. These victories, although they may seem small, are real signs of progress and help reprogram the brain to value what has been done, instead of focusing on what is still missing. Furthermore, writing down achievements creates a positive record that can be revisited in times of discouragement. This daily habit not only raises self-esteem, but also reinforces consistency and motivation, showing that every effort counts. Small accumulated steps are what build big changes, and learning to celebrate each one of them is the secret to maintaining energy and determination throughout the year.
If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, we prepared the next video especially for you. Click here to watch.